Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into another very special edition of the JP Peterson Show here as we get it rolling on this very somewhat historic Friday here as the MOU, non-binding, of course, between the Rays and the city of Tampa and the county of Hillsborough have agreed on a framework to get a deal done. The chairman of the Tampa City Council, Alan Clendenin, will join us here in just a few minutes and kick off the show as we'll find out what this means. I talked to Ken Babby yesterday, Rays CEO, and he said it's a huge step. Ken Hagan echoed that as well. I spoke with him yesterday as well. So we will dig into this, what's next, what this means, all that coming up. The Bucs schedule is out, and it could not be more favorable for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They will not be able to blame the schedule at all. It's about as favorable as you could get. If you could draw it up with the opponents and the sites already being done, which of course they were, I think this is about how you might draw it up. So we'll get into that as well. And Tampa baseball legend Dave Magadan will be joining us here, Tampa Sports Club Hall of Famer. And the Big O will join us for the last half hour of this show. And then the Big O show, Dave will join us for the entire thing. And we'll be talking a lot of Rays baseball, a lot of baseball in general. And tell you, when these two guys get together to talk baseball, folks, it is really, really compelling. So we got a hell of a show coming your way. And we really appreciate you guys jumping in already with your comments. So we'll get to those as well. We got great guests. We got great content. We got great comments coming in already. That's what makes the show of the people, as we like to call it, the show of the people. And my good friend and co-host, IndyCarTim, is playing hurt
here
once again here today. Well, let's show your face, bro.
I can't because you got all the screens used up.
Well, you want me to remove that one? Does that work? Does that work better?
I mean, it will. We just got to change
it
back in a minute.
How are you, my friend?
I'm healing, JP. I was able to bend my knee this morning when I got out of bed. I've got all the ointments. I'm on all the. Went and bought ibuprofen and Bengay and some other ointment. And I feel like when I say I'm using an ointment, that makes me feel even older.
Bengay.
When I call it an ointment.
That's a throwback, the old Bengay. Absolutely. Can
you
say that anymore? On the doesn't have to be some other? I don't know.
Say
I don't know how that
something
works.
else.
Yeah. So we got lots to get to today, and we see all your comments coming in. Wow, you guys are up early this morning, popping and throwing questions at us. The Bucs schedule is really, really nice. So we're gonna peruse that as well.
We got to talk about the release video too, because I have some issues.
You just don't like Bert Kreischer. I don't like Bert Kreischer being like skinny. He ain't skinny. He's just not as fat as he used to be. Not as fat, not as funny. Yeah. But you didn't like it? The waving red hair of our offensive lineman?
No, that was fine.
No?
We don't need Bert Kreischer in our freaking Bucs release video. Give me a break.
Just because you hate him doesn't mean nobody else likes him.
Everybody
else loves him.
We should have had JP Burgundy in that thing. Should have been JP Burgundy.
Yeah, well, if we have a choice between JP Burgundy and Bert Kreischer, of course we're going JP Burgundy. I mean, you could throw up a picture of that guy, and it's always funny, 100%.
Always great.
Yeah. All right, so we get down to business here. The MOU was agreed upon yesterday. It's certainly not a done deal. It's a kind of I wouldn't even call it first step, as some have called it. It's much more than that. They've been working their butts off here, city and county staff, over Mother's Day and everything to get this done because the timeline is tight, and everybody knows why, because they want to get into the stadium by 2029. There's a lot of reasons for that, and the reason is not so they could plow a bad deal through the government, because I know our city leaders aren't going to let that happen. So it's not what this is about. It's about getting it done by 2029 so they can get in and start making money and start, upping the payroll and getting everything rolling the way they want to get it rolling. So without further ado, we want to welcome in the chairman of the Tampa City Council, Alan Clendenin, who is not named Alex. I might have put that on
for some
Twitter.
reason I can't hear you. I know you can see me, but I can't hear you.
I would say, Alan, go. Let's take him out and come back in. I will text him that, Timmy. So stand by. Is there any reason that anything he needs to address there, Tim, that I should tell him?
No, it looks like
There we go. Now I
Can you
can
hear me
hear
now?
you.
All right, good. All right, you're back.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello, Mr. Chairman. How are you?
Oh, and now you just went. Okay.
Now you can hear me? Good. Okay. You're there. You can hear me. I can hear you. We're good.
No, I heard applause, and now everything went mute again.
Oh, dadgummit.
And there you go. Now you're back on. Okay, weird.
All right. Well, Timmy's controlling some of that.
Good morning.
Producer. Good morning. How are you? I went away again.
I have no idea what's happening. We should all be good.
All right. Well, can you hear me now?
Yes. Maybe I'll log back out. I'll log out and try to come back in.
Do that. We always reboot. That always works better. So let's do that real quick while I continue to inform the folks what's going on. So yesterday the MOU was announced, and now city and county staff or city commissioners and county commissioners are going to have to approve that, and then they're going to get down to the real nitty-gritty, which is doing the definitive agreements, which will then create the agreement, the final agreement, and we can get starting to get shovels in the ground. So that's where we're at right now, and hopefully the chairman can hear me. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Hey, right. Miracle of unplugging and plugging back in. It works again.
For us older folks, just reboot, right? That's where we go. Yes. Don't try to mess with switches. Just reboot.
Just reboot.
How are you? You feeling better about the MOU now that it's agreed upon? I know it's an interim step, but is it a big step? Would you say it's a big step?
Absolutely, it's a big step. There's been a lot of work. People know that these conversations were happening, but I don't know people realize, one, how many people were involved behind the scenes. We had a lot of very talented staff negotiating with the Rays organization, and of course, we're talking some consequential issues with some big figures, and it was a difficult agreement to get to. So I'm happy the fact that between the county and the city, our negotiators worked well with and I think they squeezed out everything they could. So I think we're in a good place.
All right, can you take us kind of just through the timeline of where it goes from here? We'll start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going to happen is all of the members of the county commission and the members of the city council received the MOU, the final document that has been agreed to between our negotiators and the Rays organizations. We received that yesterday. We're of course poring over it. I'm getting advice and counsel from subject matter experts that I use, and I'm sure everybody else is doing the same. Of looking at all the details, but so that's what's happening as we speak. Now next week. On Wednesday, the county commission is going to take it up at their meeting. If they move it forward, it's a 7-member board, just like city council and county commission both have 7 members. Prevailing is 4 votes, so you have to get 4 out of the 7. So if they move it forward, it'll come to the city on the following day. Thursday is our regular scheduled city council meeting, and we'll put it on our agenda and we'll take it up.
Okay, good. So now it's non-binding. So to a lot of people you see out there, that's like, well, then it doesn't mean anything. Could you address that?
Well, if anybody has had the opportunity to take a look at this very comprehensive document, it is non-binding, but it's very detailed. It provides a very broad, very specific understanding of so many elements of what ultimately will be rolled into the initial agreement. I think that's one of the things that really struck me when I first opened up the document is how many of the issues were covered. I mean, they did a lot of detail in this non-binding MOU, but it'll be a great structure and a framework for the subsequent discussions and the negotiations that will continue. This is a big project. This is the biggest project in the history of the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County. So there's going to be a lot of agreements as we move forward, and this provides the framework and the structure that we'll build upon.
All right. In terms of that framework and structure, what I've heard, I talked to Ken Hagan yesterday, and Mr. Babby, we texted as well. By the way, he just texted me and he said, please tell the chairman we are overwhelmingly thankful for his leadership and thankful for city and county staff and leadership and how much they've worked overtime on this deal. So message for Mr. Babby there. What are the big consequential things left to kind of negotiate?
Well, this really was the big hurdle. I mean, getting to this agreement where we have this MOU in ink on paper, the understanding between the Rays organization and both of the county and the city governments was the big hurdle. Everything else is going to be the minutia. That really.
And away he goes as we get right to the important part.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Ellen, you are gone. If you can hear us, you have disappeared. We'll try to get him back on here in just a second. Let me get to some other facts of the deal while we wait for him to reappear. $976 million in the public contribution, which has come down from over $1 billion. The Rays now have stepped up to make their contribution north of $1.3 billion. When there's a little gap, but I'm sure the Rays are going to make that up, or Major League Baseball is going to step in. So the public portion has been reduced to about 43%, and the Rays portion up to 57 to 58%. Let me see what else from the number standpoint as we go through the whole document here. I wanted to get some of the high points, and that's something that we talked about that would kind of happen through this process. You start at a certain point, and then I know the Rays obviously are very incentivized to get this deal done. So a shortfall of 60 or some other million is not really going to be a problem here. $796 million from the county. Roughly $180 million from the city. They've reduced the CIT portion of this to probably pay for a large portion of infrastructure, which was something that some people were kind of stuck on. I think we have you back, Mr. Chairman. Are you there?
I am, man. Yeah. That's technical difficulties.
It's all right. We're mowing right through it as we do every day on the show here. Yep. So you were saying most of the big questions have been negotiated and done.
I think the framework of the agreement has been done. I think the intention, what this is a signal to everybody, including the legislature, that the county and the city and the Rays organization is serious about moving forward, and swinging bats in the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County in 29. It's again, I can't overstate how big this deal is for the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County, and I'm real happy to see the numbers. Again, I think this is what I've seen now in this MOU. It's a good deal for the city of Tampa. That's a real good deal for the city of Tampa for what we're going to get, the rate of return we're going to get. Seriously, show me a table in Vegas that I can walk in and throw $1 on a line and get $50 to $70 back. I mean, I'll fly out, I'll sell everything, liquidate, and go put my money on that table tomorrow. So,
yeah, most of the things that you guys allocate money for bring back benefits to the city, but not in terms of money that you can multiply, basically, right? So, explain that part of it. Rarely do you invest dollars and get a lot back. Mostly you pay for a road to be paved. You pay for sewer stuff, and obviously it's stuff we need, but this is a unique situation in terms of expenditure, right?
Well, there are investments that we make. The Riverwalk is one where you see there's adjacent construction. There's I would say transportation. You look at what happened with the trolley and the amount of construction that's gone along with that, the rate of returns, but nothing at this scale and magnitude. Nothing will. Disney isn't coming to Tampa, right?
Right.
So we're not getting this kind of investment in the city of Tampa. The type of investment, the amount of money that's going to flow in here. Reconstruction of a college that the buildings have to be rebuilt. That alone is usually front page, worthy. But and with the entire 120 acres of building, of which replacing what is currently just asphalt and is surface parking. The overflow of this is going to percolate into Drew Park, which is better known for some unscrupulous businesses and other, So it's this is big for the city of Tampa. It's a really big deal, and we normally have to invest, and that's one nice thing too about these dollar figures. You look at the way the money is split up for the city of Tampa. The $100 million from the CRA is money that we're actually going to get back from that investment, just from the construction on this 120 acres, right? And the other money, the CIT money, the investment money, that's going to infrastructure. We're using that money to build infrastructure, which is what it's for. We're going to build the sidewalks, we're going to build the roads, we're going to build those kind of things. The city's going to use our portion of the CIT for building infrastructure. And
so in this CIT debate that's been much talked about, that is definitely what it's for. I know you got the county lawyers that said, no, you can still use it for a stadium, but infrastructure was definitely part of what it was meant for. Correct?
Well, and so was public facilities, and
Right.
that's the so it was passed as public facilities and infrastructure. The city of Tampa, we're going to use ours for our portion of our contributions for infrastructure, and again, man, it's so much bigger than just a stadium. I think
Right.
if this was just a stadium discussion, we'd probably be having a different conversation, and I think
Right.
the tone of my delivery would be totally different as well. But this is a recreation of 120 acres with a stadium, retaining Major League Baseball in the city of Tampa, which is, is really something. I don't know how many cities out there would just actually just do anything to be able to get what we're going to have.
Yeah. I know what, I don't want you to speak for your other council folks, and maybe this question is out of line, but can you give us any feeling of where this vote is going to go from the city side? Do you know where the votes are? How would you characterize that?
Well, in Florida, we have sunshine. The state legislature has banned local officials from talking to each other,
Okay.
which is ironic because they passed this rule and it doesn't apply to themselves. So they can talk to each other, but they just make sure that nobody else can talk to each other. So we're not allowed to talk to each other. Of course, I can pick up. I'm not dumb. I have eyes. I have ears. I can
Yeah.
pick up sentiment. I know Charlie Miranda's a hard no. He's wearing
Yeah.
black every day. It's not hard to read that book. Some of the others, we'll see. But I think in the end of the day, this moves past the county commission with the investment that they have, and the city council, when they get this document and they look at what a deal this is for the city of Tampa. Again, all of this investment is 100% contained within the city limits.
Yeah.
So we're not just getting what we're putting in back. We're getting what everybody else is putting in, including the state of Florida and reconstruction of a college and all the transportation improvements. And this is a big deal for the city, and it should be a no-brainer for my fellow city council persons.
There are some detractors, obviously, out there. Commissioner Wostall on the county side called this memo a fraud. Would you like to address that at all?
Yeah, bless his heart.
All right, is that it? Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
bless his heart.
Moving on. So at this, we have there's going to be a press conference today with Mr. Babby,
Yes.
the mayor, by the way, who we've heard from along the way that she was supporting this. What can we expect to hear from the mayor today, you think?
Actually, I literally was just on the phone. If I was a minute late, it's because I was just speaking with her, and I'm going to be speaking with her again this afternoon. We have a meeting set up. I think you're just going to talk about what the city's intentions are. That our negotiators did a good deal of ensuring that the taxpayer in the city of Tampa was protected, that our money was backstopped, that we are investing in infrastructure. She's going to go down pretty much exactly what I've been discussing about how this deal went down. And, to everybody's credit, including the Rays organization, everybody came to the table with the goal of, trying to get a good deal for all parties concerned.
Yeah.
This has ended up being a win-win-win.
All right, last question for you, Alan, is as this moves forward for the next 2 or 3 years, I mean, when you get the agreement done, that's all great. The numbers are there. Now there's going to be a billion questions and decisions that are made from here until then. So you
Correct.
have to really, they got to trust you. You got to trust them, right? And you have two people working for the same goals. In maybe past history, there was some maybe not trustworthiness. Do you feel this group moving forward that there'll be questions that come up, that everybody will come to the middle and it's a shared purpose here? Do you get a good feeling about that?
I absolutely. And you're right. And we've had experiences with team owners in the past, and a couple and other major league sports as well, that have maybe not have been as great partners. I have, from day one with this new Rays ownership group, they've walked in really with their everything open. They've been really transparent and honest about what they're looking for, what their goals and what they see as far as their vision and their future in the city of Tampa. I think that we've got a great ownership team, and I think it's going to, it'll be the same. We have the same kind of relationship with the Lightning. The Lightning has been an amazing organization to work with as far as a government organization and the Lightning. I think this new Rays ownership group is they've got some integrity. They're good to work with, and I think that they're really looking forward to playing sports in the city of Tampa. This is not just a business for them. I believe this is a passion, and they're looking forward to creating winning teams and making Tampa truly a major league team, major league city.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for your time, Alan. Appreciate that. And we will be talking soon. I guess I might see you at the press conference later on. I'll be asking some very tough questions.
Actually, I will not be at the press conference. Okay. You can ask the mayor those questions.
It sounds good. One. Take care. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, that was more encouraging than I thought, to be quite honest, because there's a lot of folks out there that are saying, hey, this is just, we're just rounding first. And I just heard the chairman say we're rounding third and about to touch home. That's what I heard. And that's what I think as well. I when I look at this document and I looked at the whole thing last night and went over it, and I was like, wow, they got that done. Oh, wow, they got that done. They got that agreed to. And I think, more than anything, and as this process has gone on, Timmy, I've seen this play out in social media and just in people I'm talking to. I mean, I've had many people on social media, and this never happens. Hey, JP, I was not for this at first, but after watching your show and hearing all the interviews and educating myself on this is an awesome deal for the city of Tampa. And that's really where this has come to. And I've kind of said that from the beginning of this process is once people understand what's going on here and they get past this, don't give billionaires money. We got roads and potholes, which I get it. I get that sentiment. I totally understand it. But I also, at times, you have to kind of go past that and go to a little another level of thinking and do some research and look at what this means for the city of Tampa and the county of Hillsborough. And I think once you get there, it's as Alan said, it is a grand slam dunk, whatever sports metaphor you want to put in here. That's what this is. And to hear him say that this is a big hurdle and most everything is done, that's a big deal. That's breaking news.
Yeah, I think this thing's farther along certainly than the critics think it is, or say it is at least. They may know that it's farther along, but they're going to be the critics and throw stuff out like, "May God have mercy on your soul." And when in reality that doesn't mean anything. And when we talk to the people who are in the know and who matter, we get the real story of where this thing is. And I think it is farther along than maybe we even think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's to hear the chairman say that's really, really encouraging to me. And I think that is breaking news, and we're going to put that out. Some of those quotes should be out there. And then there'll be many organizations that don't pick up these quotes. I can tell you that, because they always omit them in their stories because they're positive and they move things forward. So, yeah, I think that's really exciting. Let me get some reaction here from you folks. Danny Boy says the finish line is in sight. No time to get off the gas. Keep the foot on the gas. Yep. You can still email. And call. They may not like me saying that, but you can still do that just to make sure it gets down. Rick says somewhere in the Adriatic Sea, Stu is kicking empty bottles of champagne on his yacht. Damn it, Romano. You too, Topkin. How did Tampa agree to this? Well, I'm told, Rick, that Stu has been very, very helpful in this process. So that's good news.
Isn't that odd, though, when it benefits him the least? He's going to be helpful with the situation.
I think it does. Well, he is still part owner. So, and he's got 10%, and his 10% is increasing in value dramatically if this deal gets done.
That's true.
I don't, to me, it's like bygones be bygones. And if he's, I shouldn't say if, he's helping in this process, then that's great. That's great. And Ken has told me he's been very, very helpful in this process. And that's great. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for selling the team to these guys. Thank you for helping the transaction go through, helping to get this deal done. I mean, I don't see how he could sit there and say, man, and there's not regret. that he could have had all this. He could have been the shining star. And it just, I really don't want to get into that, to be quite honest. I want to look forward. And this is an awesome time for Tampa Bay. And it's such a huge step. I mean, I'm getting like emotional thinking about this because I came on with this interview thinking, we're still not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And now I think we're there. We're there.
Yeah. You feel a lot better about it now than you did before Alan came on.
Yeah. And last night when we broke the news about the press conference and I heard about the press conference, I was like, wow, if the mayor and Ken and Ken are getting up there and facing the media and talking about this, that's a huge, huge sign. That's a huge sign that this is happening. Now, again, we had the same thing in St. Pete. People will say that, but as you just heard Alan say, this is a different ball game. This is a different ball game completely. And as I said, once some of these impediments were removed, we could probably get this deal done pretty quick. And they've done all of this in 7 months. It's absolutely incredible what they've been able to do in 7 months. And the credit goes to Mr. Babby and this entire all-star ownership group that we've been talking about for over a year now. And when I first heard about this group and I heard the names that were in it, I was like, that's when I came to you guys. And I said, listen, this is big. These guys, this is Major League Baseball has found a group that has everything. The political connections to get the stadium done, the money to get the stadium done, the money to buy the team, and the gravitas to have a city and a county and an area wrap their arms around them and say, hey, this is different. And listen, all the negativity about these guys, and I say all, it's coming from just a few very loud voices. I think the vast majority of people here in Tampa Bay know that this is a stellar group of men who are not here to steal our money. They're here to partner with us on something incredible. I mean, if you look at their backgrounds, that's what they do. And Ken Babby in particular, taking two minor league teams in tough cities to build in Jacksonville and Akron and making tremendous successes out of them. He's just doing this on a much larger scale. And he's incredibly talented and very, very smart and knows how to get things done. And that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes. And these guys have done a tremendous job of that. And so is the county and the city. I mean, there's been a lot of pushback. And from a political side, you got to have some courage to stand up and do this. And, my hat's off to Ken Hagan, who has put his ass on the line for almost 10 years now and taken a lot of heat for this. So a lot of political heat. And in the end, and he did it for the same reason that I did it, not to enrich himself, not to grandstand like some of these other politicians are doing to get attention. By the way, it's not working out too well for you, Mr. Wostall. No, he did it the same reason I did it, because we know what's best for Tampa Bay. We know what we've seen here and how baseball works and demographics and where this stadium should be and how it should be paid for and what it can be, more than anything else, what it can be. I've been saying this for a decade. We have never done baseball right here. And that's not to slight St. Petersburg at all. And we finally are going to get a chance to do this. When that St. Pete deal was announced, I was like, oh, no way we're making this mistake. And then when I dug into it, I said, no way we're making this mistake. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And we told you that. And finally, we're going to get it done right. And it's a huge time here in Tampa Bay. And listen, for all the people, for the 39,000 people that are going to get really good, high-paying construction jobs, God bless you. They need it. What that means to their families? Oh, life-changing. Life-changing. For 3 years to be able to work on a project like this, and more to come. 39,000 jobs. 12,000 permanent jobs. Those are life-changing things for our community. What do we get back? 12,000 people get life-changing jobs, which are going to be hard to come by in the future, in case you don't know. 39,000 get jobs for at least 3 years, if not more. That's what you're getting back. When we say $55 billion in economic impact, it's not just a number. It changes lives. It changes lives. And that's what city and county commissioners should be doing. Setting up situations where we can thrive and grow and feed our families and have jobs. It's kind of important, you know? So that's what Alan's talking about. It's not just a stadium. This is life-changing for so many people. The people that are going to own those businesses and make money, yes. The tourists that are going to come here and bring their money here, which then stays here. We're a tourist economy. It's like you said, Disney World's not coming here. Yeah, but we got a baseball team. And that baseball team's going to come here, and it's going to make an incredible economic impact far beyond the stadium. Not to mention, from a civic standpoint, a place to gather. And I guarantee you, and I've talked to the guys about this is not just going to be a baseball stadium. It's going to be for concerts, for state baseball tournaments, for little league things, for softball things, for bringing the community together constantly.
You guys have no idea how much activity we get at Globe Life Field.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something
baseball,
going
right?
on. No. Even during the season, especially during the off season, with concerts and stuff in the wintertime, but even during the season, when the Rangers are on extended road trips, there are still things going on. JP, I just went to 3 baseball tournaments, right? I mean, that I told you guys I was going to over the full weekend before the season started, like in February and March. Because you can do that because it's an indoor stadium. I know the weather in Tampa is a little bit better than it is here, but, there are things that will be utilized, that stadium will be utilized for outside of just the Rays and outside of the major concerts that you hear, Shabuzi and Flaboozy and Shamato, whatever. I don't know who all these people are. But there will be things there. Hell, you'll have some monster truck things probably going on there, man. And the motocross.
Well, just think about it. We got seats for 31,000. If you fill the infield, probably 40,000 or whatever you want to do in air-conditioned space. Air-conditioned space in Tampa. So there's lots of different things that we're going to host here. Not just, maybe the national conventions will come here. There's another big, huge deal, right, that they can put into. WrestleManias, World Baseball obviously is coming here, no question about it. An all-star game, without question, coming here. And with these guys, I'm going to guarantee you there's something else. World effing Series. We're going to be in the World Series. When Tampa's going to have a place where free agents want to come. No state tax, beautiful indoor stadium, right in the middle of Tampa Bay where the fans will come, increased attendance. I mean, again, this is so much more than just a baseball stadium. And it really solidifies us, Tampa Bay region, as a place where people want to come and live and stay. And I know that, we can say, we don't need any more. Well, this is the type of stuff that drives light rail. And that takes congestion out. We've never been able to do that. Now we have a place that demands it. You have to have, and that brings federal dollars as well, as we've discussed. So it's just so far beyond it. And, go ahead.
JP, I'm hearing rumors of a potential Liza Minnelli World Tour in 2027.
Just for this.
Now you won't get that for the new stadium. It won't be ready yet. But for her next one in like 2035, you guys will be prime candidates for Liza Minnelli World Tour. So
she's still alive.
She's still alive. She's still performing. She's amazing. She's a national treasure, JP.
Right. Your tastes are curious, to say the least.
I love Liza Minnelli. She's no Celine Dion, but I mean.
We got some great comments coming in. Of course, this is a quintessential Joel Forsland. Suck it, Orlando. Kurt Thorson says, I just emailed all 14 commissioners and councilmen and women and thanked them, hopefully, and said, keep it going. We got to keep it going. 813 guy, JS813 says, that interview was promising, but not done yet. All gas, no brakes. Need to keep the positive momentum going. Absolutely. Murray Vassar III said, JP Peterson, you're the only one who has been speaking the truth during this long process. Thank you. I appreciate that more than you know, Murray. Thank you. Here we go, Timmy. Time to put the plans together for JPP Center Field Dugout Bar and Grill. Damn right. Go. That's going to be the new home of FanStream Sports Tampa Bay. Oh, no. Sorry, Mike. But, yeah, well.
Have our studio there. And,
Yes.
Be awesome.
Yeah, we'll be right there in center field, overlooking the place, pouring beers, me and Big O behind the bar, talking baseball all the time. Yeah. Hope you heard that, Ken.
Be doing the alternative play-by-play that you can only get on YouTube.
That's right. There you go. Oh, Bushman says, I live in south of St. Pete in Tampa, and I wanted this to happen for so long. Happy to drive over to Howard Franklin to see games. Hey, man, guess what? You know, as we talked about yesterday with Michael Marino from West Shore Alliance, that median, the 275, and that new bridge at Howard Franklin was designed for light rail. So you're going to be connected. You're just going to be able to get on that thing in St. Pete in 5 to 10 years and pop on over to the stadium complex. How cool would that be? And Danny Boy says the Enchanting Christmas to the new ballpark. Hell yeah. We love the Enchanting Christmas that they did at Tropicana Field. What else we got here? Nathan Stout, who I met the other night at the Cal Ripken event, said, I think all the economic projections are very conservative. I would agree with that, by the way. This is going to be way bigger because Tampa's going to break out and realize how investing big money gets even bigger results. Two things on that, Nathan. Number one, we're not the only city doing this. You know, Miami just built a big thing around their soccer stadium. Atlanta obviously doing it. Everybody's kind of doing this mixed use thing. But what they don't have is the Florida weather. They don't have the year-round wonderful weather and the beaches and everything else that we have. I mean, obviously Miami does, but Miami's a lot more crowded and a lot harder to do bigger events in because it's so spread out. We have everything now very close, and if you connect it by rail, even better. So that brings in even more big events, which brings in more money and tourist dollars and helps us with our infrastructure to keep up with all the growth. Growth is coming anyway. So you might as well be ahead of it and prosper from it than hide from it, right? That's important. What else we got here? Jeff Stutler says, Peterman's hangout area in the new stadium. Thank you, JP, for speaking the truth and informing us. Always appreciate you and Tim and Big O. It's our pleasure to do it. It's our passion. Yeah. Oh, we got a $4.99 super chat from Jimmy J. Voyager. What's up? Says, if this still gets done before the trade deadline and the Rays are still in the playoff, do you see them being buyers at the deadline? All right, hold on now. We're not taking the payroll of $200 million overnight. All right, let's calm down. This is a gradual process. But yeah, of course, if this team is winning, you think this team, if it stays on a roll like this, and we get to the deadline, and Neander says to Babby, "Hey, I want to spend an extra $5 to $7 million in the second half of the season on this guy." You think he's going to say no to that?
Yeah.
No. I don't know, but I would. That's not who these guys are. They're not in it. They're not in it for that. See, that's the difference. They're not in it. They have money. They have wonderful lives. They have great companies. This is not their sole focus and sole, line of credit, so to speak. They're in it to build something and be great and win a World Series and be on the field with the players and celebrating. That's what they're passionate about. They're sportsmen. Most of these guys are sportsmen. They've been involved in sports all their lives. This is the type of ownership group you want. It's not in it for the money, although they're going to make money. Don't worry. But so what? If we make money and they make money and everybody wins, then everybody wins. Like, I don't know who the losers are here. Except if you're, I just don't know, but I'm sure there's people out there that will tell me. Let's see what else. I want to thank JP and Ken Hagan. Both have been on this for a long time. Thank you, Michael LaRue. Mark Davis says, let's pick a day game with a block of tickets for the loyal listeners with a pregame festivities at first. Absolutely. 100%.
That'd be fun.
We're going to get that done, Mark. And we might even get Timmy to come down.
Hell yeah.
Send him a bus ticket. He'll come.
I ain't flying.
Yeah.
Joel
says the Brave Stadium is also hot as balls to watch a game in June through September. It is. Our stadium ain't going to be hot. That's for sure. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side and get a little bit into more of your comments. Bucs schedule. Dave Magadan coming in at 11:30 with Big O to talk baseball. Now, Dave Magadan is a guy who grew up here in Tampa, right? And this is going to be right in his backyard. So can't wait to hear what he says about this as well. We are brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Speaking of roofs, they do a great job with Pitch Roofing. In fact, they texted me the other day, said one of you Petermans called and said, hey, can you come out and do a free estimate? So you Petermans out there that haven't called, it's free. They just come out and do an estimate and say, hey, this is how much you have left on your roof, so start planning for it. This is what the cost is going to be. This is how insurance can play a role, blah, 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 whatever it is. They'll be able to educate you about the whole thing about your roof so you'll make an informed decision. And when when you're educated and informed, you're going to go with them because they're bonded, they're insured, they do great work, and they will stand behind their warranty, which is very, very important. Great folks over at Pitch Roofing. I know them. I've met with them at their company, and really good people. So give them a call. Just go to pitchroofing.com. You can email them or call them, and a human will actually answer the phone there as well. Pitchroofing.com. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, right down the street from where the new stadium will be built. I can say that now.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and all the construction workers that will be working there.
Oh, man.
Will then bring their paychecks over to Riveters, deposit them into the Riveters bank account, which then comes to me in part, and all the servers that work. You see how this works, folks? Now you getting it? See how this works? Yeah, it's wonderful. And that place is wonderful, too. If you have not been to Riveters, I highly recommend the food. The staff is fantastic. They have microbrews there. The wings are absolutely outstanding. In every Rays game, they have a happy hour going for every Rays game. $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, and $6 margaritas and food as well. So if you're ever looking for a place to, hey, let's go watch the Rays game together. It's always Rays fans hanging out there. They have gear and merch to give away during the game. So that's the place to be for Rays games and any sporting event. Riveters, Tampa is where to go. And that's just north of 275 there on Dale Mabry, right next to the spaceship that Timmy loves so much. And just south of the stadiums.
All I know is that Riveters and the spaceship better staff up.
That's right. They better staff.
They're about to get slammed for the next 20 years.
Man, I love somebody's comment. I think that was my favorite comment. Welch God says right here, bless his heart, regarding Wostal from
That was so great.
You're like, no, that's it. Just bless his heart. He's just got to be. And I saw some of the stuff. Of course, all the media outlets, when this thing gets done, do they go to Mr. Clendenin to get his positive thoughts?
No,
they don't. They go run right to Wostal. It's a fraud.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah. El Bushman says you better include my show, Rays Rerun, in the new studio. Oh, okay. All right. You guys do a nice job. Really nice job. When you have me on again. Yeah, we love podcasts. We support all local podcasts. Yeah, we sure. Will there be a Burt Kreischer concert there? You're damn right, Rick. There will be.
Unnecessary.
And I will be there. And I will be there for that.
Unnecessary.
All right, let's get to the Bucs schedule. Will you? Do you have that graphic that we can show the fine folks?
I can.
Yeah, why don't you throw that up there while we go through it? All right, first of all, I love you, NFL, because I love to spend time with my family. And we have no Thanksgiving games. None of the 17 games around Christmas will have the Bucs around them. And no international games, which I wanted to go to an international game, but I can put it off for a year. That's fine. So that's a big deal. All those things, because I'm telling you, holidays, they just, it gets distracting for players, obviously, with their families and everything. So having none of those things, that's a big deal, number one. Here's the other thing. And you compare this to last year's. I didn't do the exact numbers, but last year's schedule, they had some elite teams on it. This one, you know how many playoff wins that their opponents have in total from last year? Two. That's it. 2. The Bears won a playoff game, and the Rams won a playoff game. Nobody else on their schedule won a playoff game last year. Now, what does that mean? It just means that these aren't elite established teams. Like when you get a first-place schedule, yeah, it's an ass kicker. All right, so preseason along the top there, you see the Jets, and then you got the Kansas City Chiefs. You will not see Patrick Mahomes, I can tell you that. And then you got the Jags, which I'm guessing they will do a joint practice with the Jags. Maybe the Jets want to come down here and work in the heat. I don't know. They may want to do a little practice. We'll see. So that's your preseason. Then we start off with Joe Burrow and the Bengals, who have kind of beefed up their defense a little bit in the offseason.
Even
Although
though they
did
lost
lose
Trey Hendrickson, they have beefed up their defense. How weird, how crazy is that?
Yeah, I don't get that. They could have just kept him, but, that's not my deal. They added Dexter Lawrence and Jonathan Allen. So, but they've also been notorious slow starters. 1-3, 1-3, and 2-2 in the past 3 seasons. So I think that's good. Then you get the woeful Cleveland Browns.
Careful.
By the way, 4 of the first 6 opponents are kind of northern teams that have to come down and play in the heat, which four also means 4 of the first 6 home games that our fans have to be in the heat. And
JP, the Browns are winning that division and making the playoffs this year.
Because of what? Why would
Todd
back
Monken,
up your assertion?
Casey Concepcion. You're going to have an actual quarterback in the room.
They have about 12 quarterbacks in the room, don't they?
They might
Which
have
one are you
a good
talking
one.
about? Which one are you speaking of?
Well, it ain't Shadur Sanders.
You sure? Are you Shadur about that?
Oh, that was good. Deshaun Watson is back, baby. Deshaun Watson's starting this year.
Okay. All right.
And you got Taylor Green in the mix now.
Stop making my point for me.
Oh,
all right.
Watch out.
Next up, the Vikings, who play indoors and have all that nice weather during the summer, have to get their ass down here. 4 o'clock, it's still hot as hell, so that ain't a break. So we'll welcome them down. And then here come the Packers. Now, of course, and who's quarterbacking? Was it going to be J.J. McCarthy? We don't know. So
Kyler Murray.
We'll see. We'll see. Well,
They didn't get Kyler Murray to put him on the bench, JP.
Well, but are we really scared of Kyler Murray
No.
in a new offense?
I'm more scared of J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah. So, listen, there are no easy games in the NFL, but if you got to say, are these winnable games? Yes, very winnable games. Then you got the Packers coming in October 4th, another 1 o'clock game there. Obviously, Jordan Love and that group. But, Micah Parsons, he got injured late in the season. So, and the word is he's going to start on the PUP list. So he may, even if he's back for this game, he won't be at 100%. So that's good. Then you got the Cowgirls. The Cowgirls on, what is that, Thursday night?
Yeah, JP, I may need you to, if I can't get credentials through the Cowboys, I may need you to get me credentialed for this through the Bucs.
That should not be a problem. Should not be a problem. We'll get you taken care of. And then we got the Steelers. Yeah, so I'm definitely coming for this Dallas game. I definitely have to come for that.
You gonna be in town?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. I love going to Jerry World. He's one of the few places that has an equal spread to Raymond James
so
Stadium.
Great. It is so great.
So I'll come just for the food, just for the free food. I'll spend $500 on an airplane ticket just to come for free food. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? No, I like the vibe. I really like. It's a really cool place. It's a big stadium. It's just, it's the Star, man. It's Dallas. It is what it is. It's just, you want to be part of it. I want to see it. Yeah, absolutely. Plus, I get to come see you guys, right? Hang out
at the Dallas studio for a change.
Yeah, we'll do a show at the Dallas studio on Friday.
Oh, that'd be so great.
All right, then the Steelers are here on October 18th. And obviously they're in transition. New coach, Aaron Rodgers, he'll be injured by then. So that's good.
Or dead,
yeah. Then we got the first divisional game. Doesn't hit until October 25th against the Panthers at home, 1 o'clock. Or no, that's on the road. Yeah, so here come the Fighting Dave Canales, and we will that'll be a first divisional game, followed by another one with the Falcons at home, 1 o'clock on November 1st. So the divisional games heat up. And then the big road game everybody's talking about. This will be Sunday night in Chicago. I'm going to this game. I know Nathan Elliott's going to this game. Samar Ali and the whole crew there that's going to be there. They do a big to-do every year, a travel game. This is going to be their games, and they do it right.
Is this a bigger road game than the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, for the fans, that's the one they're kind of coalescing around because it's Thursday night. Like you can't do a weekday game and put all the accoutrement around it. You got to be there
I get
for
it
the
for
weekend.
a travel. Yeah. No, I get that.
Chicago's such an awesome city, So I think that's why they picked that one.
All right. I mean, I see one here on the calendar that probably should be your biggest road game of the season after the bye week.
Which one are you pointing to?
Detroit. On
Detroit.
JFK
Well,
Death Day.
I think we go there every freaking year.
On the day that John F. Kennedy finally got it through his head, we didn't want him here in Dallas.
Oh my God! I can't believe you just said that. Strike that remark. Not funny. Bears, November. So that's a Sunday night game. We got 3 primetime games, which is okay because we suck in primetime games for some reason.
Yeah.
Todd Bowles, can you fix that, Todd Bowles?
Maybe this year changes that. Different attitude.
Past his bedtime. That's why. It's
my cousin.
He's the one who talking about. Goes to bed so early. He once there was I forget what game it was, but it was basically to decide the Bucs' fate in something in playoffs or some huge game on a late night, and we asked him if he was going to stay up and watch it, and he said probably not. I'm like, okay, wow. Detroit, November 22nd. We've been up there. We've won. We've lost. So that'll be interesting. That'll be a tough.
To me, that's the biggest road game, and it's not. I mean, non-division game.
Yeah, I mean, but also we'll work into playoff seeding if we're good enough to do that. Then the Panthers. This will be a night game, Monday Night Football at home. That'll be a big Monday nighter. MOR TV, I believe, will be having that free, so I should be doing a pregame show for that one, pre and post. Then we get the Chargers coming in on a CBS game December 6th. So the boys, this will be a tough game, obviously. I mean, I think a lot of people are picking the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl this year. So,
what? Who's doing that?
Yeah. A lot of people loving the Chargers
right now.
Baltimore up there in Baltimore. This is a possible. I said no cold weather games, but I kind of forgot about this one. Baltimore in December could be cold. So that could be a cold weather game, but
could also be 60 degrees. You just never know.
Yeah. That's not a Green Bay game in December, but it's, so but it could be a cold weather. But for the most part, they don't have any cold weather games late in the season, which is good. December 20th. Now look at the last 4. Okay. You got 3 divisional games with the Rams at home in between. So you should be favored, I think, these 2 are on the road though.
Yeah.
So I would say, the Saints you should be favored in, but by this time the Falcons and the Saints could be done. It could be already be cooked.
Think Tua is going to be concussed by then? You won't have to mess with Tua in the second game?
Or Penix, yeah. So I think there's a chance if you need to make a run at the end, you got 3 very winnable games right there. And the Rams too. I mean, I'm not scared of the Rams. Matthew Stafford will probably be hurt by then. He won't be playing. So, I mean, you got a really good chance to finish strong I just think from a schedule standpoint, we already know the teams and the locations. This could not set up any better. Again, only 2 playoff wins on this schedule from last year. That's incredible, really, when you think about it. And I know year to year everything changes, but just you start right there. 3 primetime games, no back-to-back road games, Timmy. So easy travel.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like easy travel. I know they have what? They don't even have a West Coast travel game, do they?
I've never seen so many early Sunday kickoff time slots on a schedule in my life.
Yeah. Which is the players like that. I think most players like that. And we've not been able, to play well our best in night games. So yeah, the farthest they travel is, I guess, Chicago. Am I reading this right? Yeah.
Chicago, Detroit.
They don't even go to the West Coast time zone. Yeah.
No, because the Chargers
Chicago,
and Rams both play in Tampa.
Yeah. Dallas. I mean, frequent flyer miles are limited here.
Wow,
to be sure.
Yeah.
So travel is limited. No back-to-back travel, no Thanksgiving, no Christmas, no international games. Great bye week in week 10. Just the teams on the schedule aren't as difficult. When you don't get a first place schedule, it's different. You think about
that's what I was about to say.
Well, let me call up. I don't know if you have the graphic. Let's go to last year's schedule, which I thought was very difficult. And and they started 6-2 and should have obviously gone to the
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right. Now they're just keep showing me the 26.
Here, I can get it. I got it right here. I'll put it up on.
And notice the difference in this one. I mean, so last year we started at Atlanta, then Houston, like playoff team, right? At Houston, the Jets at home, which almost fumbled that one away. Then you had the defending champs, right? The Eagles. And then at Seattle. I mean, look at this. Houston, playoffs. Eagles. Seattle, who won the damn thing. 49ers.
But you won Detroit. That game. You beat Seattle.
I know. New England went to the damn Super Bowl. Buffalo. The Rams. I mean, my Lord, look how much harder that schedule was last year when you get that first place schedule. Brutal. Yeah. Brutal. There's about 10 playoff wins on that schedule as opposed to 2 this year. It's a much easier schedule. Now, what does that mean? It obviously means in the NFC South, you got a much better chance of winning it. Much better chance of winning. So Carolina got the first place schedule, right? Did you pop up their schedule? I hate to be asking you this on the fly.
For this year?
Would that be harder? Yeah. The Carolina's schedule this year, I'm going to guess it's a hell of a lot harder than our schedule is this year. And one of those things that makes a big freaking difference. John Thiel says very winnable games late. Hopefully the Saints will be out of it, but you never know with Tyler Shuck. You never know. You never
know with Ellen Moore.
Yeah. I mean, if we're being honest, they probably were the best team at the end of the season in the division. They're playing really, really well. Rick says Baltimore won't be as cold between all the burning plastic needles and sterno cans. Cold is moderate. All right, they start. What do they have? 4 preseason games? Oh yeah, because they have the Hall of Fame game. Okay,
yeah, they got the Hall of Fame game.
So they got the Bears. Is the Black home or away?
Black is away.
Black is away. All right, so they
Bears
they
at home.
Bears at home, a playoff team. Then they're at the Falcons. And is that the Browns? Can't tell because
Browns. Yeah, the Browns week 3.
Right.
Away at Detroit. Cleveland.
So they're at Chicago, at Detroit.
No. Those are home games. Blue is home.
All right. So they're at home against Detroit. So already they've got 2 playoff teams. And then they got the Eagles.
Very early bye, by the way. Don't discount the very early bye.
Yeah, very early bye. Then the Eagles on the road. Another premier. Packers on the road. Broncos at home. Look how much more difficult this schedule is.
Yeah.
Ravens at home. Minnesota on the road.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Bengals. So
Steelers.
And then Seahawks. Look at that. Seahawks, Bears, Green Bay, Broncos.
5-12, JP. 5-12.
Yeah, much more difficult schedule than the Bucs. And that's what the Bucs have been doing the last few years, even when they won the South. So,
and don't discount the extra preseason game. I think that matters. I know it's preseason. Not everybody plays. I think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
It matters. Those games matter.
No starters play.
For the guys that are playing in them.
Nobody cares. So again, I think very, very easy schedule. Let's see. Even Bucs Basement says, yeah, this season is pretty rough. After a potential 3-0 start, we can start losing lots of games in a row. You suck, dude. JP, I love you, but you're delusional. McVay owns Bowles. It didn't have to be Stafford at quarterback to destroy our defense. You're so negative, bro. We got a whole new defense, man.
This is a whole new thing. Come on.
St. Pete Pat says, trying to determine strength of schedule in May is pretty impossible. A lot can happen. You're absolutely right.
Just call him St. Paul Pat.
Yeah, St. Pete Pat. You're right. I mean, all these teams will change drastically between now and then, right? With injuries and everything else. But hey, what else are we going to talk about today? The stadium? It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. But I think just in the juxtaposition of where the games are, you have to agree that this is infinitely easier than last year or the last 3 years. I mean, come on. He also says 3-game losing streak from Packers to Steelers and game 4 losing streak after the bye potentially. Jesus Christ. Go to the Skyway, will you?
So he thinks you're going to lose to the Lions, Panthers, Chargers, and Ravens.
He thinks we're going to lose to FSU.
Well,
That's how negative he is.
If Bowles is coaching.
Michael LaRue says Bucs getting smashed by the Lions after 14 days off with 3 walkthrough practice.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's a consideration.
You ain't wrong. John Thiel says 3 very winnable games late in the season with teams probably out of it like the Saints. Wait, wasn't that last season? Yeah, you make a good point there, John.
And by the way, don't forget this little factor for 2026.
We'll go to change the Bucs defensive culture. Thank you for that. Oh yeah, hold my beer. That's funny. Yeah, Thomas says that Chicago game won't even be that cold. What's that? Mid-November. Yeah, it could be cold, but likely not. You know, when we say cold, we're talking like -5 with a snowstorm. It's not going to be that. That's for sure.
Not early November.
If it's in the 40s, 30s, that's not even. That's fun actually. Joel says Watson will light up this defense. The media will crown him once again. I don't know about that.
Oh man, that's actually a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Future Hall of Famer.
Nathan says those Sunday Night Football, those tickets are not cheap. I thought you said you were getting me cheap tickets. Come on, bro. Step up. Rick says Deshaun Watson won't make it past the spaceship on his way to Ray J.
He needs a massage.
He doesn't go to those. He goes to the other places on Kennedy. Not the get
not
it
the
right.
legit
Get your
places.
facts right, Rick. No. He's going for a massage, a legitimate massage. Why are the legitimate why are there always I won't say that.
You know what, JP? I'm starting to question. Look, I've never had a professional massage in my life. Ever. I've never
Really?
never gone to one.
Oh,
it's not
they're
because I don't
marvelous.
want to. I would love to because I feel like I probably need a massage, whether it's the fair kind or not. But I've always wondered about how do you know which places are those kind of places and which places are the legit places, right? I mean, because I know in the seedy parts of towns, you just assume, well, those were probably kind of where you want to go.
But it's factual. If there's an Asian overtone to it,
Well, they're
it
all
might be.
Asian.
It might be a rub and tug. Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. There is
It's very pretentious, and you walk in and it smells like, lavender, and there's candles. Probably legit.
Look, I live in a very respectable part of north of Dallas in the Frisco Little Elm area, right? I'm right down the street from the Star. All right, this is not a seedy red light district by any stretch, regardless of how Jerry might have tried to turn it into that. Hasn't happened yet. But there is a massage place right up the street at the next main intersection to the south of me that's got like 3 massage places in this huge strip center, right? Mm-hmm. They all look legit. They've all got the Asian and the little flowers and whatever on their signs.
Well,
and
again, if it's Asian and floweries, that's not legit.
I have often considered, well, it's close. I'm just going to go book. And I don't want to go to like Massage Envy, right? Like the chain. I don't want to do that. But they may be the most legit. JP, all 3 of those places got shut down last week.
Well, okay.
For prostitution.
All right. Well, then there you go.
You're right. To your point.
I mean, I hate to broad brush them because I'm sure there's some fine Asian massage parlors that don't do the rub and tugs. I'm sure there are. I've just never seen one. Not that I've ever gone to one. I want to be on the record here. I've never. Now, I've got many massages in my day. Yeah, I've been to many massages.
Do they have the girls lined up against the wall and you get to pick which girl you want to massage you? Or
another sign of might not be legit. Another clue.
Because I don't want a dude touching me. I'm not letting a dude massage me. That ain't happening.
You can call up and make it and ask for a woman. Yes.
I don't know how it works.
You would say, I do not want a dude touching me. And
I wonder if they'll let me record the whole massage session. I'll play it on the show.
We will have Helga, take care of
I said a girl.
Yeah.
I would question Helga.
So like I tell Ashley, I said, yeah, well, I'll get you a massage, but no men are touching you. Absolutely not. I mean, who doesn't want to walk into a strange place that you've never been before and just have someone just rub your body in intimate places? I mean, there's another drop for you. If you don't have mudded up balls, this stuff happens because the balls are just too slick. Yeah, there you go. Jason Martinez says it sucks the Bucs don't have a turkey or Christmas holiday game because now they won't practice. That's right.
Oh my God.
That's right.
It's probably accurate.
Off last year. Took the whole day off.
What are we doing?
Not much practicing. That's for sure. Not much
Can't
practicing.
kumbaya.
Yeah. It was at Pewter Report had Zion McCullum on this past week. Great. Go check that out. Great pod. And he and Scott asked him about practicing, too many walkthroughs. And Zion was very political in his answer. Let's just put it that way. It was a great question. Really good question. Like, he's like, well, I understand. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Alejandro says, I think I have to put this one up here. He's got a series of them. Let's take a break. We'll come back to do more comments. Dave Magadan's coming in with the Big O. Tampa legend Dave Magadan will be joining us to talk some baseball. And he and O together are going to be fantastic. So we're going to do that in the last half hour of my show. Then we're going to take about 5-minute break and then start the Big O show at 12:05, because I'm trying to get to the press conference here today. So busy day here on the JP Peterson Show. Big thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the good folks at the Golden Diamond Source. Julie and Steve Weintraub, happy 20th anniversary to you. And I'm sure that Steve got her some diamonds because she doesn't have any, right, till this point. That woman has the greatest jewelry I've ever seen in my life for obvious reasons. Yeah. Anyway, you can get that as well. Head on over to the Golden Diamond Source. Great folks over there for graduation presents, for Father's Day coming up, right? Don't forget us. We like shiny things too. And they got a great big men's department there as well that you can get some of those great pre-owned Rolex watches. Got a great selection of that. All kinds of watches there. You got necklaces, rings, whatever you want. The men's section is really, really cool. So check that out as well. Don't forget 0% financing there. You can do it right there. So you can get a $5,000 diamond for just $83. They only sell natural diamonds. Do not start your marriage and relationship with a fake diamond, folks. A really bad idea. Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, just across the bridge from Tampa. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show right here on FanStream Sports. Got Dave Maganin coming up. Big O Show immediately following the JP Peterson Show because JP's got a busy schedule.
Ooh,
as they say, a busy schedule.
We got a press conference today, my friend.
Yeah.
You know how I love press conferences.
JP's got to actually work today.
We broke that story, by the way, last night. See what we did there?
Yeah, I know. My phone blew up. Like, got to do an emergency show. Where are you? Answer your phone.
Where are you?
Got a dirty voicemail from JP, and it wasn't a dirty good kind.
And Big O, too.
And Big O, yeah, he was on there.
He was part of it. That lambasting that you got.
I need to lambaste you too, but we'll do that later.
There's a lot of lambaste. People want to lambaste me. I'm lambastable. I'm big and lambastable.
Very lambastable.
Yeah. If you need any information about the rub and tug, as JS813 guys, ask Robert Kraft where to go.
Yeah,
he's all good. That's one of the strangest stories of all time. You're a billionaire, and you're going to a rub and tug, like. There's got to be another way.
You know what? Sometimes, look, as a fellow billionaire,
sometimes you like it dirty.
As a fellow billionaire, sometimes you like the challenge, right? You like, I get it. Like, I can call any woman at any time, and she'll show up in my house immediately for anything.
At any suite, I could go to any suite in any hotel, anywhere in the world.
Yes,
and
do this privately.
The most beautiful women to come do whatever.
Every once in a while, you want to seek out some dirty massage parlor with the best chick there is a 3.5, and that's the challenge that you want to take and see if you can get away with it. He lost the challenge, all right? And you know what? It went away. Nobody even talks about it anymore.
You want to talk about how our justice is, like, how we never got any video. Never. That was all.
And you know there's video,
and it was all squelched by the legal system. Oh, shocking development
by the NFL.
Shocking development. Yeah. That's the way it goes.
I need that kind of power behind me.
Yeah. Bucs Basement adds this: season tickets have not been selling well, evidently, from the fact I'm still getting calls from Bucs people asking me to renew. Yeah, listen, when you keep a 500 coach like that. People, it's funny how they tend to not want to spend their money on that.
You know, I would like to see if there was a spike, no matter how small the spike may have been, in sales after the draft. If that had any effect on.
I bet there was.
I would think so too.
Yeah, I bet there was. But evidently not enough, because I've heard this from a lot of season ticket holders that have declined. Yeah. They're trying to get them back, and even the ones that they have are trying to upsell them and move them to better spots and get more money. Yeah, there's clearly a very negative effect from that. And I don't, that shouldn't have taken Blazers by surprise. I wouldn't think at all.
Yeah.
I don't think. Chris says the video was epically funny. Was there a video? The crowd video? See, is that what he's talking about? What video is he talking about?
Maybe the schedule release video.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
It was bottom 10 of the league's release videos.
Yeah. Which one caught your eye?
Dude, the Titans one was they up it every year. The Titans by far have the best every year for me.
What was theirs? I don't know.
So the Titans literally would go out. They had whoever go out on the street in downtown, wherever they are, Nashville,
on Broadway.
Nashville, yeah, they're in Nashville. I can never remember if they're in Memphis or Nashville. They're in Nashville. So they would out on the street in downtown. They would find somebody that looks like either a player or a coach for that team. Like the first one, they have the Jets, I think, in week 1. Or whatever week it was, and they found literally a dude on the street corner that looked just like Woody Johnson. And they walk up to him and they'll go, Woody Johnson, you're the owner of the Jets. Woody Johnson, how do you feel about playing the Titans? And then they would do a side-by-side of that guy on the street and the actual Woody Johnson, and they would go New York Jets week whatever, It was really funny. They found a dude that looked like Jerry Jones because they play the Cowboys. It was really funny. Theirs is great.
I didn't see it. I've seen one they've done in the past, and they were pretty good, but I did not see that one. I saw a couple. One was a takeoff on the Simpsons. I'm not a huge Simpsons fan.
Yeah, that was the Colts. The Colts did that. Yeah. That was I'm not either, but that was really funny. The Broncos had a really good one with Peyton Manning and his daughter.
He's great. Peyton's super funny. Whatever they asked him to do, I'm sure that was good.
The Raiders had one that was pretty.
Step Brothers. I did watch that one. The opening
with Kirk Cousins and Fernando.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I did enjoy that one. That was really good. Yeah.
Some of them were great, man. And some were just dumb.
Rick says someone needs to replace Todd's pregame Kit Kat with a fig and fiber bar. At least give him some urgency.
Oh my God.
I'm feeling that urgency myself. Bulls started 2-0 for 3 straight seasons. How about that? Yeah. But there has been 4-game losing streaks each and every year, as Bucs Basement points out.
It's how you finish,
I'm not
Chris
saying
Cole.
It's not going to happen. Like Bucs says, how can you discount a 4-game losing streak when it happened every season that Bulls has been the head? I'm not discounting it. I'm just like, it's freaking May 15th, bro. Can we not be so damn negative? That's all I'm saying. I get it. JS813 says nobody likes slick balls. It depends. Thomas says Bangkok massage on Kennedy had all the Channel 8 anchors on the wall. Hey, hold on now. You smirch Bob Height like that. I won't have it. Oh, wait, you meant me? What? Wait, what? You meant news, not sports.
Not sports.
Yeah. No, that's not true. Already did that. Should be a good season. We just need to coach better and play better, says Joel Forson. Shut up. Yeah. There's the Step Brothers right there. Nice.
You guys go check out the Raiders. I hate the Raiders, and I hate Fernando Mendoza, but this one was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a new vibe to them, though. They got a new vibe. It's all new.
Still the Raiders.
Says Tim was at the Asian massage parlor when JP called.
I couldn't get out, JP. It's right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry about that. Nathan Ellie says no changes being made. People blew up my phone and are calling dibs on the tickets, on the Chicago tickets. All right. Joe Ugenti says Grady needs to do a play-by-play of the Kraft video. I never saw that video. Did it get released? Where was I?
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be great. First of all, there would be no such massage parlors in Polk County. Grady would get rid of them. None of that stuff going on there. Edwin Diaz for Dodgers caught for illegal cockfighting? Really? Wow. Like, what are you guys, like, these guys make so much money. What are you doing?
That's going to entertain you?
Wow. Like, what are you doing? Man.
It's bizarre.
It is bizarre. Bulls started 6-2 last year and still didn't get a happy ending to the season. says KSA 1-3 County.
Nice.
Nicely done. Yeah, you won't find him in those places on Kennedy. I can tell you that. You will not find him there. No way. All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, the Big O and Dave Maggot are going to join us, and we're going to talk some baseball, some Rays baseball, this small ball thing going on, and all kinds of great stuff. Two Tampa legends are going to join us and talk some baseball. Quick break. We're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. You know, a great way to find out about a company is to do business with them, right? And that's exactly what I did. Went and traded in my BMW to get a Genesis GV70, folks. This is an unbelievable SUV crossover type. Just the luxury, the technology, the value that you get, man. When I get inside this car, I mean, it is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. And the deal was fan-freaking-tastic as well. Genesis of Tampa, always doing great things in the community. It's First Responder Month, so anything that they sell, they're giving back a donation to first responder charities, which they're always doing stuff in the community and giving back. That's what they do. They sell cars. They sell a lot of them. They're new in the area, relatively speaking, and they want to do business with you. Genesis of Tampa, part of the Murphy Auto Group. So head on over there on 801 East Bears Avenue and tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you can trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, If you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here, brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing. Speaking of a great local company, been here for over almost 4 decades now, and they also do AC along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. So if you want to get your unit right for the summer, make sure it's working. Get that maintenance plan. $169 gets you 2 visits, and they will make sure all of your unit things are working right, and it's cool in your house, and you don't need that emergency service, which will cost you a lot of money. It's at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, call them, email them, and they'll come on right on over and take care of you. Great folks over there. All right, let's add this camera to the stage so you can, Timmy, if you can pop it up and we can see all the great people there. Oh, there they are.
Hello.
There they are. The great Orestes Estrada is here, and Dave Maganin joining us as well, a Tampa legend.
Local legend.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Get up on that microphone if you would there for me. A lot going on in the baseball world here in Tampa, huh?
Yeah, hopefully it's all going to be good. I know we were talking earlier about that stadium issue, and hopefully it goes through and we can continue to build up West Tampa where I grew up.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit, huh?
It's changed a lot. I got here a little early, so I don't come into Tampa a whole lot. So I live across the bay in Pinellas County, and just driving around the old stomping grounds where I went to grade school at St. Joseph's.
Wow.
West Tampa Little League is right up the street here, and that's
Did you drive by?
I sure did.
How cool! Bring back some memories, huh?
It sure does, and they're really building up the Little League again. It was dying down. They had like maybe 70 kids playing there, like 6-7 years ago, and now they're back up to having 300 or 400 kids.
They built it up a lot. You're talk a little bit about growing up here. I mean, just where you live, the area, the whole thing, because your parents obviously were very, very involved with you, man.
Yeah, very much so. I grew up not too far from St. Joseph Catholic School, right in the heart of West Tampa on St. Conrad Street. Lived there till 5th grade, and then we moved over to the West Shore area. Great place to grow up. The guys I'm friends with today are the guys that I was friends with way back then. Yeah.
How neat is that?
We had a St. Joseph Catholic School reunion of our 76 class, and we had 43 kids in that class, and 25 of them showed up for the reunion.
Wow.
So
because they all stay here. They stay here and live here.
A lot of them stay here. And some people flew in for it.
Yeah.
So there were people that I hadn't seen since 8th grade.
Right.
So it was pretty cool.
That's neat. Not a lot of middle schools do that type of reunion. I mean, high school, of course.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you the power of community. And we're starting to see that again, Max. I mean, it just seems like it's circling back. And
for those who don't know, because there's a lot of people who don't know the history. Let me do your bio here. I'm supposed to do this before you start talking. I'm a bad host. Jesuit High School, selected by the Red Sox in the 12th round, but you didn't sign, right?
No.
American Legion World Series, named MVP when y'all went to Richmond, brought that home. then went to Alabama. Not too good of a hitter there. Only hit 525 in the SEC.
Jesus.
A College World Series for Alabama in 83, and then went on to your pro career, selected by the Mets, 32nd overall, and one of the greatest hitters and teaching of hitting as well in the game, and an absolute Tampa legend and Sports Club Hall of Fame here, which I'm a part of. So it's great to have you in here, and you two guys are going to talk baseball here for the rest of this show and then on your show. So we're so happy to have you in here.
Yeah, he's special, man. And, and it's kind of the legends of this Tampa Bay area. I'm a Miami guy, but came here so young that I really started getting involved with who was who. Yeah. And he was in that group that was coming out in the 80s that are still, super legends. The ones before that, the LaRussas and the Pinellas, of course, but, that Freddie McGriff, Sheffield, Dwight Gooden, Magadan. I mean, Louis Gonzalez.
When I was growing up in South Florida, and we had a huge baseball, and we heard of Dave Magadan, we heard of all these guys, and because we played against the guys from Miami, we played against guys from Tampa, American Legion playoffs, Colt League, Pony League. We knew these. It's this pre-internet, folks, and but you would through the grapevine. Hey, there's this kid in Tampa, Magadan. You can't get him out.
Right.
You can't get him out.
Basically.
Yeah, it was an incredible time to grow up and playing baseball.
Yeah, it was. And talking about Fred and Luis and Tino, all those guys played at West Tampa, which is pretty amazing.
Crazy.
Such a small community right there, and so many good major league players come out of that.
Why do you think that is? Is it just the level of competition and the coaching too that you guys got?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think a lot of Cubans in that area, a lot of Spaniards, love the game of baseball. And I grew up, my brother's 4 years older than me, so I always grew up kind of being the mascot of his team, going to his practices when I was like, 4 or 5 years old. My dad was a coach of the team, so I kind of played with those older kids growing up, and
that makes you better.
And we play year round. We had the weather here to be able to do that. The love from the parents leaking down to the to all the kids and all that, and it's just it was a great atmosphere. We played year round, which was pretty cool. Even though we were playing basketball and football and those during those months of those sports. Sundays we were going to West Tampa Heights, which is now Lou Piniella Park, and we got over there. My dad was
your godfather
to us, and so we kept it going year round.
Yeah, it's when I think back of all the talent that was in there, it's kind of similar to where we were growing up, and it was always the influences of the Major League Baseball players would come back to the park, and they weren't getting paid. They didn't have private coaches, believe it or not. They had private coaches, but everybody just showed up at the ball field and go hit in the cage with whoever was there.
Yeah, and let's not forget about Al Lopez. Al Lopez grew up in the West Tampa area, and that was kind of our first local to make it to the big leagues. Obviously a Hall of Fame manager. So we kind of looked up to those people. I looked up to Lou, Tony La Russa, tried to continue that on with when we started playing. And then, you had guys like Freddie and Tino and Luis that were part of the mix. And it was just a great time to grow up in West Tampa. And
the coaching, again, was phenomenal. I mean, when you think of Pop Cuesta in the area, Permui, guys that were there for 40 years, I mean, so the consistency is kind of the big thing that I think in a particular area for a particular sport. How consistent can you stay with the same coaches? We had it down in Miami, you had it in South Broward. They definitely had it here as far as the impact of these coaches. You can think of Ziggy Reed, with Hillsborough. So it was the Black, white, and Latino community. We were all getting, we're diversified, but yet same coaching.
Yeah, and one thing that kind of was threaded through all those guys is that they were very selfless. I know my high school coach, David Kent, he was all about getting us to the next level. And he was very selfless about that. He promoted us. He got scouts to come to the games. I think if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have got drafted out of high school or gone to Alabama.
Get scholarships. And I think that went down in the late 90s and into the where no longer was it about the high school coach in baseball. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about trying to get your kid a scholarship, half scholarship, Division II forget about Division One. Just get them, going. I think that era was more prominent about that.
Absolutely. And like I said, I wouldn't have gotten that scholarship to Alabama if it wasn't for David Kent. And he's the one that picked up the phone, called them, hey, you need to come see this kid. He's a good player. And
winning is nice, right, Max? But at that level, pushing the kid and getting him to the next,
Yeah, and I'll never forget it. To this day I still talk to David Kent.
Do you?
He's a big part of my life, and he influenced me at a very early age, and got the people to come out to watch me play.
I want to connect this to what's going on with the Rays Stadium here, because I think it's really cool. And I know this ownership group loves the historical part of baseball in Tampa, which you're such an integral part. And they want to, connect West Tampa Little League to this stadium, and this stadium and this ballpark to be a home for the history of Tampa baseball, and bring you guys back, bring back old Rays, and really kind of bring it all full circle. And I think it's such a big part of it, because it goes to the roots of what Tampa is, and baseball is so ingrained in this culture. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you go to other stadiums around the league, you go to Atlanta, you see how that's impacted the Marietta area.
Yeah,
you
big
go
time.
To the ballpark in Dallas there, how it's affected the whole
they did a
area.
nice job there.
Even the ones that are in the middle of downtown, like in Pittsburgh, it's revitalized that area. So it has a tremendous impact on the city, as we all know. I'd hate to lose that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets pushed through, because to have it right here in West Tampa, it'd be phenomenal.
And you'd come back, right? You'd be celebrated, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
invitations in the mail.
That
would be
they will. Yes.
And that's one of the things I'd like to see, once this thing gets ushered in and stamped properly, to see. I know, Freddie's with Atlanta, and different guys, Tino's still tied with the Yankees and stuff, but still bring them back
Tampa's
for
home.
something, and celebrate not just West Tampa baseball, which is legendary, but all throughout the Tampa Bay area, really, even going over the bridge. I do want to ask you, because I grew up we're the same age, and you're close to. We didn't have Major League Baseball. We had spring training.
Yeah.
We jonesed for spring training, right? Yeah. The Reds were here. I'm sure you would go and try to watch that with your dad and your brother, Joe, who was a heck of an athlete, by the way, a really good athlete at Jesuit. Joe, give him a little shout out. Outstanding basketball player.
Played basketball.
Played baseball. Yeah, he was a stellar basketball player.
Nice.
So was this guy.
Yeah.
Even though the best.
So was this guy.
Yeah, I was too. But the best basketball player in the family was Lou Piniella, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Who set records.
Well, and that was back when you guys could play all the sports, and it made you better at baseball, right?
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, the coaches now, they don't want you to
play.
Right.
Well, not allow.
Yeah.
Not allow.
That's crazy to me. I think you need to play all the sports. I think every sport gives you a different mindset. And
travel ball has burnt out a lot of kids.
It has. I mean, my nephew played travel ball for 11 years,
right?
And they were playing 60, 70, 80 games,
traveling, going weekends,
triple headers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Instead of mixing it up. But I do want to ask, your thoughts about when there wasn't baseball here, and how did you look at? I mean, we just had Ted Turney pass away. Wasn't a whole lot of games for us, but what was your thought of Major League Baseball as a teenager?
Well, I was very fortunate having Lou as my cousin and godfather. We would go in the summers to go see him play in the minor leagues. That would be our vacation.
Wow.
Was to go to.
Didn't know that, Davey.
Yeah. That was our vacation. We go to South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever, and see Lou for a couple weeks. And he was very close to my dad.
Okay.
And my mom. My dad was the one that went out and threw him BP when he was young.
How about that?
So that was our vacation growing up, and then eventually, when he got to the big leagues, we went to Kansas City to see him play.
When he first started up,
and then we went to Washington to see him play the Senators. Got to see Ted Williams; he was a manager of the.
You never told me this story, man. That's phenomenal.
So it was pretty cool. Had a lot of fun getting lost in these big cities.
Right.
My dad refused to ask directions.
Typical Tampa guy.
No GPS then. Got the map
Latino,
out, right?
Typical
McNally, right?
Old hard-headed Spaniard.
There's one good story. He took Lou. They had a day game, and we were at a hotel maybe 20 minutes from the field. So they had a day game, and my father took Lou. Lou came over, spent the night with us, and then they took him to the field. And my dad, we didn't go to the game that day. My dad didn't get back till the evening.
He got lost getting back
driving around DC
without asking anybody in DC.
Yeah, no.
Ended up in the hood.
Yeah.
And he's like,
in our way of seeing the sights in DC, we never got out of the car. We would drive by the Washington Monument. Hey, see it is. There it is, Davey. And then we keep going.
You saw it.
Yeah.
So tell me about the beginnings of the Marlins with you two guys. What was that like playing in some of the – you played in out in Denver in front of 80,000 at Mile High Stadium, and then probably, 60, 70,000 at what was then, I think, Joe Robbie Stadium, right, when you started? What was that like?
Yeah, it was great. Well, my first memory is spring training in Cocoa Beach.
Yeah, Vieira, basically south of that, Melbourne.
Yeah, so playing in that old stadium.
Yeah, actually, I think we did start in Cocoa Beach, and then we moved down to the. You're absolutely right.
Right.
Yeah,
because it wasn't finished yet.
You're absolutely right.
Playing third base on that field there.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Just holes all in the infield there.
Yeah.
You're basically like a hockey goalie.
Yeah.
But for me, it was a great experience. To this day, when I was maybe not to this day, but when I was still coaching and we go down there and play the Marlins, there would always be fans there giving me a shout out. And so it was pretty cool. And getting to play at home or close to home was really cool. Getting to play with O and the Jeff Conines, Walt Weiss, and it was and we were actually not too bad
we were not a bad team, man. A couple of more arms maybe, that would keep us in some games, but we had some bats. The one thing that I remember, and you and I have talked about this, the caravan that we took prior to the season, bro. We took this caravan and they took us throughout the whole state, and just threw us in front of people. And remember that we went to, was it Daytona Beach? I think it was. We went to this mall, JP, and we pull up to this mall in these caravan, and the line was outside the mall, not like in the mall. It wrapped outside all the way to the other end of a major mall, and we're like, we got to sign autographs. We signed autographs I never signed more autographs.
It was a big deal.
Dude, it was a big deal. Without social media that we have now, everybody and their mother wanted a piece of the major leagues, because all we've had was spring training, and Florida loved their spring training. But it was weird because
growing up, baseball was, down south was just like here. It was everything to us. Everybody played Little League. Major leaguers would come over and visit all the time. And Bucky Dent went through where I played in Rotary Park, and it was everything. We produced a lot of college and major league. It was everything, and we had no teams, and now we have two, and they can't draw. And I've always said, both places have done baseball wrong. Your stadium that you guys started in was a football stadium. It was terrible. The stadium the Rays started in, God bless it, it's terrible, and the location in terms of the middle of the market was so bad. And now for me, we're finally getting it right. Great ownership group and doing it in Tampa. How do you think it will work? Do you think there'll be more attendance in this ballpark than maybe in nothing against St. Pete? I love it there. It's just not a place for 81 games.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be a home run.
Yeah.
I think where they're putting it, the love for baseball in this area, not that there's not love for baseball in St. Pete, but it's so hard to get to that stadium. I live in North Pinellas. And I know when I was playing and coaching and I would come into town and play, and my wife would make that drive for the game from North Pinellas down to where the stadium is. I mean, it was like
you can't
an hour and a half.
2 hour ordeal.
McMullen Booth, either one was trapped.
Yeah, brutal. So I love playing at the Trop. It was nice being indoors and having perfect temperature, when you're playing in there, but there's nothing like having the stadium full of fans. I mean, getting to play here in West Tampa. I don't think you can do any better than that.
It makes a difference when the stands are full.
No doubt.
Right. It sounds pretty obvious. Take me through your debut when you came up with the 86 Mets. One of the greatest teams, not only on the field, but off the field, the characters that you played with. And I'm reading the story. Tell me if it's true.
You didn't get your World Series ring until 95.
Right.
That they finally got. That's a pretty cool story. Take me through that as well.
Well, when we got called up, we knew. I think they had a 17 game lead in the division.
Right.
So when we got called up in beginning of September, when they expanded the rosters, we just wanted to stay out of everybody's way. We knew there were a bunch of characters on that team. We didn't want to make fools of ourselves if we got in a game. They were really good, obviously. So I think I ended up getting maybe 17 at bats in that September, got to start a couple games and
doubled in your first at bat.
Yeah. Well, it didn't double, got a single, base hit on a 3-1 count. The famous Ed Wojna.
Yes.
You remember
household name.
Yeah.
No, I do remember Ed Wojna, but not everybody else does.
Right. So we ended up, they made a decision when we won the World Series that year. Now, I wasn't up for the postseason because we got called up too late.
Right.
They decided not to give everybody rings. And there were actually some guys that didn't get rings that were up during the season.
Really?
Barry Lyons made the team.
Barry Lyons, the catcher. Come on.
Did not give him a ring. Randy Myers,
the lefty. Yeah.
Randy Myers
during the game didn't give him a ring.
So these came about years later that they felt
Randy
like you had
Myers,
to prove yourself as a Met in order to.
Well, I don't know what he.
I think you
Randy
did.
Myers was the one that spearheaded it. If you know Randy Myers at all, he's very stubborn, and for years he, petitioned the Mets brass. You got to get us rings. So finally, 10 years later, they relented and they said, "We'll release the design of the ring for them to make you guys rings. We'll only pay for what the rings cost 10 years ago."
10 years ago, and you make the difference.
Randy Myers paid the difference.
No way, did
for everybody. So there were 4 of us that got rings.
That's awesome.
And he paid the difference.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Obviously Dwight was on that team. Did you know Dwight from Tampa growing up?
Yeah.
Did he kind of welcome you in, or was he just busy doing his own thing?
No,
Dwight's a good guy.
Yeah. I mean, to this day, when I see him, he calls me Holmes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Dwight's a
what was it like in that
heart.
clubhouse with Hernandez and Letty Dykstra and Dwight Good? I mean, I could go on and on. What was
you
that
forgot one masterclass guy, Kevin Mitchell.
the one-handed catch.
Well, that was just that.
Yeah.
Forget about that. I mean, you want to stay out of Kevin Mitchell's way.
Yeah, to this day, I count him as probably one of the best teammates I've ever had.
Really?
I played with him a little bit in AAA. Didn't get to play with him after '86 because he ended up getting traded for what trade? He went to San Diego.
He went to San Francisco. I
played with the Giants. I know that. Yeah.
Maybe San Diego first and then San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to really play with him that much in the big leagues, but what a great teammate, man. I got called up to AAA for the playoffs. He was on that AAA team in '85. And I mean, right away, he was like, "You're going to hit in front of me. You're going to hit third, and you're
what a
gonna
hitter,
get on
bro.
base." And
what a hitter!
Just like welcome me like I did the whole year. So pretty cool experience.
Yeah, I will say that year, both Columbus, our team, and your team, we had studs on that team. I know probably, of course, you got called up. I'm assuming Elster got called up. Or he already had gotten called up a little bit earlier.
Elster was on that team.
Caught up, yeah. Elster,
Cone,
Mitchell, Ed Hearn was a catcher. Guy named John Christensen, all-star in AAA.
Yeah.
Really played a little bit in the big leagues.
Mark Carrion got called up.
Mark Carrion, Dykstra was on that team.
Earlier in the season, they got called up.
They got called up.
Yeah. No, you guys had a stud team, so did we.
But I mean, back then it was like, to move up in the minor leagues, like now they'll bring a guy from.
Oh, dude, how hard was it?
League.
I know.
You did not do that with the Mets or the Yankees.
Any team, really.
You had to have a good season
to
get to the next level and have a good season, go to the next level.
Yeah, you were part of, and I'm sure you felt bad for me, of a game where when I dislocated my ankle, and I was about to get called up around that time, and actually in August, I was leading the International League in home runs and RBIs with a league at that time that had Freddie McGriff as a first baseman, myself, Cecil Fielder was in that league.
Oh my God.
And another guy, Randy Milligan, that never really panned out, but was a super stud offensive first baseman. We had some stud first basemen that year, and I was leading the league. I slid in second base. Mags was at third, and my spike caught, and I snapped my ankle and tore it all the way behind me, and that was the end of that year. But that was fun, man, playing against you. And then obviously our friendship, developed between you, me, and Freddie for many years. But again, circling back to what you think about here, one thing I want to ask you, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about it in the game, in my show. The game has changed a lot now. And one of the things that has changed has been even just the defense, man. You're seeing like the Rays are playing that small ball with, a little bit of big ball. But you were a great defensive player. And that's one of the things I really appreciate about this guy, because he not only has soft hands, but his throws were always on point, bro. He would feed at second, first base, or even fielding at first. What are you seeing now when you do watch the games as far as the defense? Yeah, I see you smiling. It's not good.
I hate to be the old guy. Well, in my day.
No, that's fine. We encourage that here.
They got away
it's
from
part
it.
of our DNA.
Hopefully it's going to come full circle.
They're forced to become full circle.
I think it's gotten to the point. In my last year coaching was 22. I think it was starting to become unwatchable.
Yeah.
Like just to see so many swing and misses and guy, waiting around for the 3-run homer. And it was so frustrating. The off-season hitting coaches, which were a bane in my existence as a major league hitting coach, and having to run stuff by a high school coach and wherever.
Well, here's the video. Here's what he says.
Yeah. And crazy stuff. I always said the best job in baseball is the off-season hitting coach. You don't have to worry about offers, 94-mile-an-hour sliders,
organizations up your back.
Why is it this guy hitting? Well, his personal hitting coach.
His guru said.
Yeah. So that was, and I tried to bring those guys into the fold, right? I had to try to make them part of the conversation. Like,
sure.
Hey, you're with this guy for 4 months in the off season. What do you see? Maybe I don't claim to know everything about hitting, but what do you see? And let's talk about it. To a man, they never wanted to be a part of that conversation. They just wanted to be the good cop.
Yeah. Right.
In the off season.
Right.
Oh man, that looks great. You're flipping balls underhand to a guy, and oh man, that looks
great.
Wonderful.
Get that launch angle just right.
It's perfect. Look what you are on the Rapsodo, man. Your exit velo is 110. It's what is it when a guy's throwing 98 at the top of the zone?
Matters. Yeah, it kind of matters. Yeah. So we'll get into all that.
Yeah,
in the Big O show. I want to talk
fun.
to you about your hitting philosophy and how that jives with what the Rays are doing now, flattening out their swings and making contact. Oh my God, it works.
Yeah.
How about that? Contact.
That's
not striking out.
His
good
dad
thing.
was all about contact.
Yeah.
Well, for me, watching a game, right? It's a long game, right?
Yeah.
2.5, 3 hours, 27 outs on both sides. I want action in the other at bats, whether it's a hit and run or it's a 2-strike line drive single to right field or drive in a run, move a guy from second to third with an out to the right side of the field. Those are all things that keep me interested in the game, right? But if you're always just waiting around for a guy, strikeout, homer, in the 5th inning,
boring.
It's very horrible. For me, it's boring. I understand that. I'm not 20 years old, but for me, the interest in the game is the action that happens throughout the game on a lot of outs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into this.
Well, I do. Yeah, and one last thing, so your fans can understand. When you guys won a World Series with Boston, everybody's just thinking, Big Papi, Manny, and stuff. But there was a lot of other different dynamic hitters that you had. With Pedroia, Mookie. Euclid. This was a dynamic offense. This
Mike Lowell.
Yeah. These were guys that were smart hitters, and that's what got you there.
Yeah, and you think of say David Ortiz, everybody, big home run hitter and all that. He was not a guy that struck out 180 times.
Hello.
He had many years where he was under 100 strikeouts. When I had him, he had over 100 walks and maybe 115 strikeouts. So he was a good hitter with power. Manny, good hitter with power.
Yeah.
Mike Lowell wasn't a big strikeout guy.
No. No.
Youkilis wasn't a big strikeout guy.
And they go the other way.
Despite that horrific stance.
Yeah. Well,
Did you teach him that?
No.
Come on, man. Did you ever
Whatever,
see this
it
guy's
worked.
stance?
I know, I'm kidding. I know that. But it worked. It worked for
It
him.
did. Yeah. And that's what you got to realize as a hitting coach. It's not just one way to hit. So,
all right, we're going to get into all that.
Yes, sir.
So the Big O show coming up here in about 5 minutes. We're going to take a break here. We'll end this show and we'll get to the real baseball show here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. A big thanks to Alan Clendenin, City Council Chair, for his interview. If you missed that, he basically says this thing is done. And
I got a hat for you, by the way.
Oh, you did? What is it?
That?
The MOU. I earned this bitch. I earned this bitch. Evidently, I'm getting paid by the Rays for this.
The MOU hat.
We'll put it right there. How about that? The MOU hat. That's beautiful. We'll have a collection going on. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back on the other side with the Big O show. So stay with us.
Yeah. I woke up this morning and I'm like,